Hey everyone, I just hit record. I have all my stuff and I realized I forgot my rings, I forgot my bracelets, I feel naked. I'm fully clothed, clearly, but I feel naked. Okay, nah. Okay, literally the third time I filmed this, so the first two times was done. They erased. I accidentally formatted the card, so third time's the charm, but not, because still messing things up. All right, anyway, if you've been a long-time subscriber, you know that I have yet, over the 1,000 videos I have uploaded, have yet to have a perfect video. That's just me. I'm imperfectly perfect. No, that's not true. How shall I say that? That is just the hallmark of my channel. There'll be something on my teeth, my hair will be goofy, a button wonky. So there you go. Just trying to keep it consistent. Anyway, let's start with some housekeeping and then get on to favorites. So if you are a fan of the book club, you're probably wondering where that went in October. I underestimated how much traveling takes up time, like my time, especially when I was gone 15 out of 31 days in October. So there was that. So I pushed our October book club into the beginning of November 7th to be specific, 8 p.m. Central, but we're not going to do it on YouTube. We're going to try to mix things up a bit. I have a book club Facebook group over on Facebook, and I'm going to try to do Facebook Live over there, and I'm going to try to do it in the book club itself. If that doesn't work, I'll just do it on the MsGoldgirl Facebook page. So if you're not a member of the book club, you have to be not invited, but you have to, ask to be let in. It's a closed group. I'll put a link to that here, and hopefully they will let me put it up there somewhere. Make sure you check the description box for the link to the Facebook book group. So November 7th, 8 p.m. Central, we will be talking about Where'd You Go, Bernadette, and what'd you think of it? All right, beauty favorites. First and foremost, have to talk about this guy. Now, this is the Estee Lauder Pure Color Envy lipstick in the shade Impulsive. This is special edition, limited edition packaging. So this actual package may not still be available. It goes in and out of stock. But the good news is that Estee Lauder has fully restocked pretty much everywhere. Nordstrom specifically, where I tend to shop. And so the normal sort of navy packaging is available. Hallelujah. This lives in my purse. So happy it's back. But it is not what I have on. What I have on is an old favorite that is back again. It's just a perennial fall favorite. There's nothing wrong with wearing this year round, but it is from MAC, and it is MAC Syrup, and it is a beautiful sort of plummy pink, I guess. I don't know. It's not purple. It's not pink. What is this? It's just pretty. I think MAC actually classifies it as one of their pinks if you look on their website, so we'll go with pink. Whatever it is, it's warm, it has plum to it, it's definitely a great fall tone, and I'm wearing it and have been wearing it on all my travels. These two came with me everywhere I went in October. Another favorite I pulled out of my backup drawer. I kind of rotate. When I rotate, some of my makeup just stays in my makeup getting ready area year round. Some of it I rotate seasonally. This is one of those items. It's the Nars blush in the shade Sin. Sinfully delightful. It's what I have on right now, and it's just a very similar in tone to the lipstick. That was not intentional, but it's beautiful. It has a sheen to it, but there's no glitter, and I just absolutely love it. And again, I don't know why I only wear this in the fall. I could absolutely wear this year round. I'm being silly, but whatever. Wear it in the fall, and there it is. Did a whole video on this, mentioned it about a gajillion times. I had my eyebrows microbladed, which means that I have basically semi-permanent tattoo fake hairs put on through like little tiny blades and semi-permanent ink into my skin. The initial application actually kind of scabs over, that peels off and fades, and about 6 weeks later, I will have it done again. Kind of like a touch-up, not quite as intense. And that second time, that sticks, and that can last, depending on your metabolism and body chemistry and all that, anywhere from a year to 2 years or more sometimes a little bit less. So in the meantime, I'm waiting on my touch-up. It's not quite 6 weeks, so I still have to pencil in my eyebrows. And I do still love the Trish McEvoy Precision Pencil, but I just felt like playing with something else. And I brought this along with me in my makeup bag when I went traveling. And it's the Maybelline Total Temptation Brow Definer. I have it in the shade Blonde. And it's what I've been wearing pretty much the second half of October. And it's a little bit softer, I should say, than the Trish McEvoy one. And maybe that's why I like it a little bit better right now, because I don't need to fill in as precisely. I just kind of, and so it's a very quick, faster way to fill in. And I don't need it to be as precise as when I really had to fill in quite a bit. So it's quite nice. It does have a more of a flat end to it instead of coming to a little point. And then it does have a strangely rounded brush here. But anyway, very much like it. And if you just want something that's quick and easy and a good blonde shade, because blonde is tough because it can pull warm, which if you're not a redhead is something you want to generally avoid. This is a great drugstore option, and I've been using and loving it, wearing it right now. When I was traveling, pretty much reached for only 2 palettes. I think I brought, did I bring a third? I can't even remember. Anyway, the 2 that I wore constantly, and what I'm wearing, one of which I'm wearing right now, both by Milani. These are perennial favorites. Just because I've had them for a long time doesn't mean I'm going to stop talking about them. I mean, I assume that many of you also purchase things that I've mentioned and are using them and might want to know if I'm still using them or how I'm using them. So the first I want to talk about is what I'm not wearing. It's the Milani, very reflective, Soft and Sultry palette. It's just an easy palette. I mean, you cannot go wrong with this. You cannot mess up your eyes. You cannot be too heavy-handed with it. If you are a neutral lover, hello, here's your new best friend. It's fabulous. A great mix of mattes and shimmers, a little bit of foil, but not really. Great palette, covering up the ginormous mirror there. Hello. That's a little dirty. But for travel, it's fabulous. Drugstore, Walmart, wherever they sell Milani, it's amazing. The one I'm wearing right now is Bold Obsessions. And why I bring it up is because I primarily only use this row and I dip into this top row as well. But today, I don't know why, I thought I'm gonna swatch this. I haven't even swatched every shade in here. I'm gonna swatch this one. This that looks, to the naked eye in person, looks kind of gray. It's more of a minky gray. It's beautiful. It's very reminiscent of sort of the minky gray shade in one of the Charlotte Tilbury, which one is it? Golden Goddess palette. I should go swatch that and find that. I will go get it and put it in the B-roll that you're hopefully watching right now. But I'm wearing it in the crease. What I actually did was I layered this warmer shade in the crease first, and then I put this one on top of it and then kind of below it a little bit so the warmth peeks out, because I was a little bit afraid of too much cool tone. We're getting in a tutorial. I didn't mean to do that. I'm just really excited that I've had this for how long and discovered a new way to use this. No matter how far I've come or changed things up a little bit in my channel, makeup just makes me, I get excited, okay? And drugstore is still where my heart lies. I love playing with luxury. I'm gonna show you some in a minute. I love buying really expensive things as much as I love buying, let's just put it out, cheap. I like cheap stuff too. If it's pretty, I don't really care, okay? That's just what it comes down to. So switching gears, let's talk about expensive, shall we? Get excited about this too, because it's pretty. Such a dork. Charlotte Tilbury. It took me almost 10 years to jump onto this liquid or cream blush bandwagon. I think part of it is the delivery system on this one. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Glow Gasm Beauty Light Wand in Peach Gasm. Frankly, what turned me onto this is that a professional makeup artist put it on me and showed me how to use it. I just needed that extra help. I'm not wearing it right now. I have been wearing it. It's beautiful. I am filming this actually on Halloween, so you're seeing this a little bit later. As I'm filming this, that tomorrow in my world will be the first day of the Sephora fall beauty sale, and I'm hoping to be picking up Pink Gasm, which is its little sister. Same thing, but in pink. It's just a beautiful blush. Meant kind of as a highlighter, but really a blush. So there you go. The other thing that I've had for a while, but pulled it out again, and I'm loving it, is the Hollywood Contour Wand, also by Charlotte Tilbury. As you can see, it's like an empty tube of toothpaste. Like, it's been very well loved, but there's still a lot in here. Way back in the beginning days of YouTube, do you remember the Chanel, what was it called? Soleil Tan, you know, the cream bronzer. It's still around. Loved it for about 24 to 48 hours, and then my whole face broke out. Chanel puts fragrance some fragrance doesn't bother my skin, but whatever fragrance Chanel uses, not playing well with my face. This is, to me, very similar in the ease of use. To me, actually easier to use. And the bonus, doesn't break me out. This delivery system, it's basically like it is a sponge tip on the top, and I can just draw where I want it and then take a buffing brush. That's the easiest for me anyway. Some people like a beauty blender. I find it picks up too much product and smears things around. So I like a buffing brush, and I just kind of pat first and then buff in, and I can be very precise and make it more of a contour, or like what I'm doing now today, it's more of a bronzer. And I even can use the edge of it, and I have been contouring my nose, which is not something I've done pretty much ever, but I'm loving it. So, Kojendo sent me in PR months ago this, what is it called? I wrote it down. You'll see why in a minute. Natural lighting powder. And I was like, oh, that's nice. And I set it aside. And then Lisa J Makeup did a video and raved about this. And I remembered, oh, right. Yes, I think I have that. So, of course, I threw out the packaging that went along with this to explain what it is. And why I needed that is because the PR package, you can't see this, so take my word for it. The label is in Japanese. I can't even run this through Google Translate because I cannot duplicate these characters on my keyboard. This is the natural lighting powder. It is a beautiful, finely milled, loose powder. This packaging is not the same as in the US. The US packaging, I think, has a black cap. But the interior, it comes with this giant puff, which I really don't use because that will put way too much product on your face. But it has a little fine mesh on the very top, so you can just get just what you need out. I use one of the BK Beauty, the giant face brush, powder brush to apply it. What's great about this powder is it's really designed specifically for dry skin, which is what's going on here. It has hyaluronic acid in it. It has silk powder in it. So it actually helps with hydration. You won't get cakey. It leaves sort of a velvet finish though, and it sets your face all day. Like my makeup generally doesn't budge, but it looks just that much better with this powder. So even though this is a huge container, I took it with me in my travels. It was coming with me. I don't leave home for long periods of time anyway without it. Speaking of Lisa J Makeup, have to talk about another favorite. I think I mentioned this before, but I love it, so I have to keep talking about it. It's the BK Beauty brush, specifically her 101 face brush that is sort of a miracle. I don't know how she did this, but it is sort of a hybrid, the way it applies, between a flat top kabuki brush and a beauty blender. I use it with all my foundations, but especially sort of the more full coverage ones like the Believe Beauty foundation. It makes it apply so much better, and I absolutely love it. And the good news is, for those of you who are like, yeah, but it's all out of stock, everything's back in stock, last time I checked anyway, and there's a little bonus for if you spend a certain amount of money. So I'll put the link below. It's not an affiliate link, but you do get 10% off. I have a code for you. So no kickback to me, because the kickback goes to the kindness campaign. 10% of proceeds from the BK Beauty sales go toward that. So you get a brush and kids learn how to be nice to each other. So it's all a win-win situation over there. Let's quickly go through fashion faves because it's gonna be a 30-minute video. First, let's talk about this. I will insert a picture of me wearing it. This is my from my Amazon haul. I'm calling it my pink hardy. I just love the color blocking, the color options. This does come in other color combinations, but like I said, every video, something. I just love the weight of it. I love how it lies on my body. It doesn't have pockets, which is kind of nice. I don't fidget as much as I normally would if it does. It doesn't really seem to wrinkle as much as I expected it to. It's just a great cardigan, traveled with it. I took it with me to St. Louis, wore it over a lace cami. Right now I'm wearing it over just a basic thermal. So it's quite versatile. I'm loving it. Something else I wanted to mention, haven't had them very long, but I've been wearing them nonstop since I got them. These are booties from the brand Blondo. I picked them up in the St. Louis Nordstrom at the Galleria, visited that one. And what's really nice about these, other than they're very comfortable, I love the color, I got a million compliments on them. The heel height is just perfect. It's like the Goldilocks of heel heights. They're waterproof. I have them in a size 7, so I'd say true to size. Sometimes I will size down to a 6.5, but 7 seem to work, and they have just a nice zip on the inside. Chico's was really sweet. If you can follow me on Instagram, you may notice that I pretty much lately once a month have been doing a blog post and an Instagram post with them, and they have been really fun to work with. And just very kindly, they sent me out of the blue a sweater, and it's a nice classic silhouette. They're calling it a bateau. I'm gonna say it's a boat neck because I'm not that classy. And it's a beautiful navy fine gauge boat neck sweater. It's a nice classic silhouette, and I'm trying to be a little more classy and incorporate those silhouettes into my closet. And I have pulled out one of my favorite pairs of jeans. It's the Not Your Daughter's jeans, NYDJ, the Amy skinny jean. Many of you said, well, how could you travel in those? Aren't jeans binding? Not these jeans. These feel like leggings. They're super stretchy, they're high-waisted, they truly feel like leggings. And if you order from this brand, biggest tip is order a size down. And if you are 5'4" like me or shorter, get them in petite. So for me, I get a 2 petite. I'm generally 4 in most jeans. Not Your Daughter jeans, little vanity sizing happening there. Size 2, because they do stretch a little bit. So love, love, love those. And then the last fashion thing I want to talk about are these earrings. You've seen them a million times. I have worn these more days than not in the month of October. These are the Kate Spade New York. They call them, I can't remember the exact name, but the name is misleading. They're a double pearl, clearly faux pearl earring, and the name suggests that this bottom pearl goes behind your ear, but they don't. It's just a bigger pearl with a little smaller pearl kind of stuck to the bottom of it. They're not one behind your earlobe and one in front. The nice thing is this is just a classic kind of white pearl, but they also come in rose gold and more of a silvery color pearl. They're all still available at Nordstrom. Just twist on a classic, great everyday piece of jewelry. They're under $40, I believe. Wear them constantly, as you know, if you watch me. Constantly wear them. If I'm traveling, they're coming with me. Let's jump over to lifestyle really quickly, if you're still here. Let's talk about 2, I guess, TV shows that I have been watching. Michael and I, we're empty nesters. We have no social life. So we watch a lot of Netflix, Amazon Prime. So the first one you all recommended was The Sinner. There are 2 seasons. Yeah, 2 seasons. The first season was probably a little bit better than the second season. They're a little, it's a little odd. They're a little out there. But if you're into like it's not true crime, but it's like a murder mystery type vibe, like what happened? I'm just going to link it. Read the description. They're different. They're good. You'll be hooked. The second series I want to recommend, we just finished the first season, about to hop onto the second. It's very interesting and upsetting. It's called Making a Murderer. And it follows the case of Stephen Avery, who was accused of sexual assault and horrible sexual assault. Not that any of them are good, but this one is particularly heinous, sexual assault and attempted murder. And then what happens from there, I can't even explain further because I don't want to give anything away. It just goes from there. It's true, which is why this whole thing is upsetting. And for someone who was raised to believe that we have the best justice system in the world and the system works and trust the system, this was something. And for Michael, who is a federal prosecutor and assistant U.S. attorney, for him to watch this, it's very upsetting to him. So we are fascinated by this. So anyway, if you have any interest in civil rights law or true crime, or you just want to get your blood boiling over injustice, watch that. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about food. So if you follow me, I keep mentioning it on Instagram. We have so much fun over there. Pamela's Products, Pamela's Kitchen, sent me a whole box of goodies, and I can't show you most of them because I ate them. One of the things she sent was a whole case of ramen noodles. They're all gluten-free. I should lead with that. All of her products are gluten-free, and many of them are also dairy-free, if there is any dairy in them. So the ramen noodles got sent to Shane, and Shane doesn't miss a lot by being gluten-free, but one of the things he used to love were ramen noodles, and I think I posted, if I can find it, I'll put it here, what Shane said when I told him that I was sending him ramen. So he was so excited, and he said by far, hands down, these taste just like the really crappy, terrible for you ones that he loved. These are not terrible for you. So yay, Pamela's. They also sent me these little mini cookies. I forget the name. I will insert them, all over the place. They remind me so much of the cookies that I lived on when I was in graduate school that came out of the vending machine. I think they were Matt's or Maddie's old-fashioned cookies. Tell me if you remember them. I used to love them. There was a vending machine right outside one of my grad school classrooms, and that particular class used to meet in the evenings, and that would pretty much be my dinner because it met like once a week, and so it was like a 3-hour class all at once, and we would break. I would get the cookies and a vanilla latte back in the day when I could drink that at 7 o'clock at night and still go to sleep like a normal person. Anyway, and I miss those vending machine cookies. Anyway, she makes a version of them that are not bad for you and are gluten-free and are so good. Those are probably also meant for Shane, but I ate those too. I have used these before in the past, and she sent me one. Actually, I have an open one in my pantry. This is her pancake and waffle mix. It is fabulous if you are a gluten-free person. These are also dairy-free. And she also makes a version of Fig Newtons. Oh, really delicious. Also ate all those. I brought them with. It was a road trip. It's a 12-hour drive. Things get eaten. Also on the gluten-free thing, with the holiday season coming, there's a lot of recipes that call for Ritz crackers or some sort of crackers for spreads and crusts and things. These are incredible. These are from the brand Schar. I am a big fan of a lot of the Schar gluten-free goodies. These entertainment crackers are basically Ritz crackers in gluten-free form. If you have not tried these, you're welcome. This is life-changing. For those of you that cannot eat gluten, eat these. Or don't, because you will now have an excuse to eat all the stuff that probably isn't healthy for you, but is delicious. So there you go. And then lastly, I swear, this is it. I had recommended earlier sort of like a travel extension cord with plugs for USB and regular, I don't know why I'm doing this, plugs. And I still like it very much, but Michael had one in his suitcase that was far superior, and when I saw it, I ordered one for myself. It's called the Tech Candy, and it's a similar concept. It only has one regular plug, like to hold things like, this kind of plug. And then it has 4 USB ports, 2 of which are like lightning ones. And then it comes attached with a 5-foot-long kind of extension cord that wraps and clips. So it's much smaller, more compact, far better for traveling, unless you need to plug in a lot of these kinds of things. But for me, I'm traveling with things that need USB ports. So this is much handier and love it. And then my last favorite, I haven't had it very long, like a week, but it's not the case. The case literally just came when I hit record. But I got a new iPhone 11 Pro Max, and I'm so excited. And hopefully I will be having better vlogging quality and better still pictures for you to see soon, because the quality of the camera is incredible. Well, that was a lot to throw at you, so hopefully you enjoyed this. I'm gonna shut up now and just thank you for watching. Thanks for spending another month with me. Hope you enjoyed my favorites, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.